Okay, guys, I'm back again, and yesterday, the reason I didn't do a review yesterday is because I got a little bit busy and doing stuff, and so I'm doing a review now. I saw The Hobbit. Well, this is the first one. So I saw the second one, The Desolation of Smaug. This one's the first one, An Unexpected Journey. But I'm just letting you know I do have the DVD. It opened this weekend, and I saw it. Now this is going to be a spoiler-filled review of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Smaug. I'm trying to say it right. So if you have not seen the film yet, do me a favor. Click on Watch Later right up here, and you can watch it later, because I'm warning you right now, I'm going to throw in some spoilers in this review. I don't want anybody to get mad at me saying, you spoiled it, you ruined it. I'm giving you ample warning, Click on, here's what you can do. You can watch later, or you can subscribe to my channel. And therefore, you can watch the film later. Or not the film later, watch this video later, go watch the film. But I'm just going to tell you, dude, go watch it. I give it an 8 out of 10. Last year I gave The Hobbit a 7.5 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's better. It's better this time around. This one I give an 8 out of 10. So it is worth going to the price of admission. But when you do go see it, use the restroom first, because it is a long movie. It's almost 3 hours long. So you should know by now, if it's a Middle Earth movie, it's going to be nearly 3 hours long, if not maybe more. But anyhow, 2 minutes into this video, and I've already given you ample warning. Spoiler: do go see the film. But now I'm going to have some spoilers, so you've had plenty of time for ample warning. So once again, if you haven't seen it, click Watch Later and subscribe as well, and you can watch this video later. Okay, so my initial thoughts on The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. This was a lot better. I mean, the thing with the first film right here, and I do like the first film, but at times of the first film, the pacing was a little bit slow, and I know they're doing it in the 3 films. Their initial was to do it in 2 films, but now, of course, the studio wants to make a lot more money, and they want to do it in 3 films. And the thing is, I guess it just doesn't have... I've been seeing people talk about how they're trying to compare this to the Star Wars prequels, where they're not originally as good as the original. Yes, this is a prequel series. Actually, Tolkien wrote The Hobbit before he wrote The Lord of the Rings. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong when that book came out, because when I read the book, all the books in high school, I had to read The Hobbit freshman year, Fellowship of the Ring sophomore, Two Towers junior year, and Return of the King in my senior year. And the first Lord of the Rings movie came out 2 years after I graduated high school. So those movies were more fresh in my mind compared to when The Hobbit just recently came out. And I know people go, why do they wait that long? Well, because at the time, New Line Cinema had the rights to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and MGM had the rights to The Hobbit. And then MGM had their little mess up, and then Warner Brothers and New Line was trying to get those rights so they could do that film. And I think it was also why. I mean, Lord of the Rings is way more popular than The Hobbit, because at least they knew with that they were going to get success, so they're trying to bank on the success for The Hobbit as for the other films. And I know sometimes you might think, oh, well, we know who's in it. Gandalf's in it. You know Gandalf's not going to die because he's in the other 3 films. And Legolas, who's in this, is not going to die because he's in the other films. Yeah, it doesn't quite spoil it to me as much, because you saw that with Star Wars, because you knew Obi-Wan Kenobi was not going to die in any of the prequel movies, or Anakin was going to die because Anakin becomes Darth Vader, and Obi-Wan, of course, faces Darth Vader in the first Star Wars movie, and Darth Vader kills him. Don't say I ruined it for you. If you haven't seen it by now, you're an idiot. Everybody knows Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan Kenobi. But anyhow, back to The Hobbit. I did like the barrel ride the barrel ride scene with the in the water. And what I also liked about it is they were fighting a bunch of orcs. Not only the dwarves, but you had Legolas and Toriel. Toriel's a new was not even in any of the books, just made up for the movie. And I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now. Evangeline Lilly, who I have been, actually, I'll be honest, I've been in love with since 2004, since that first episode of Lost, proved. Everybody's going to come tell me, Clay, you're right. I said Evangeline Lilly should have played Carol Ferris in Green Lantern, not Blake Buttface Lively. You're going to tell me, Clay, you're right. You're right. This proves it. She's a great character. She's definitely a great character in this. She's badass. I mean, and Legolas, even though he wasn't really in the book, yeah, he's pretty awesome in this again as well. They do their, just that scene's pretty cool. I mean, visually the film is amazing. You can never go. I mean, the wide shots, the visual shots are always amazing with the Hobbit and the Middle Earth movies. I feel that the pacing in this was a little bit better. First, like I said, the first film felt a little bit slower, but I felt the pacing in this one is better. I know what everybody wants to get to. They want me to talk about Smaug, but I'll get to Smaug. Don't worry, I'll get to Smaug. I just feel that I mean, you had the giant spiders as well, and when they were in the what was the name of the forest? They were going to Mirkwood. Gosh, I can't remember that forest. The forest that it had the giant spiders in them. I think that was done pretty good. But I just feel it was better. Now, okay, the one everybody wants. I'll just get to where everybody wants to get to. Smaug. First off, I'm about to have I think everybody who will have a big geek out moment because Martin Freeman plays Bilbo Baggins, and Smaug is motion captured and voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch. And now I know what you're thinking. The stars of Sherlock, the BBC series Sherlock, because Cumberbatch plays Sherlock Holmes and Martin Freeman plays Dr. Watson, and they're sidekicks. They work together in Sherlock. But look at this. Bilbo is, of course. Martin Freeman, I'll be honest, he's perfect for Bilbo. He's perfect. He's perfect for Bilbo. I mean, he's smart, he's cunning, but he's very reluctant. He's always, second guessing. Like, if you look at the way he plays Bilbo, first off, I'd be nervous if I went up against a big dragon like that. And Smaug is, I'll be honest, this is the best dragon I've ever seen ever on film. I mean, there have been films with dragons in them. There's been, Dragonheart. There's been Rain of Fire. There's been Aragorn. I know you're going to go back to Dragon Slayer, which they actually built a model dragon for that film. But I'm talking about the CGI dragon. Well, I'm not talking about like animated versions. I'm not really talking about animated versions because you can do a lot with animation. But the reason why this is impressive with Smaug is because Smaug is described as humongously gigantic. And I know when you say, oh, I saw him in the trailer where you just see his head coming like this, Oh, no. You have not seen Smaug unless you've seen Smaug. I mean, he is, he's large. And that whole part is really worth the price of admission. When him and Smaug are they're talking, and he's trying to find the Arkenstone in all that gold that's there in Erebor, and because it's just, I love it. I love Smaug. He definitely that did not disappoint. That did not disappoint because I really liked him. But one part that really made me go, "What?" was the way it ended. Like I said, this is a spoiler. Usually, when in the other films, when Return of the King, not Return of the King, The Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers ended. The final scene were these long shots that I remember. First one was this: you see Frodo and Sam right there, and you see a long shot, and you see Mordor in the background, and you see it, and it slowly fades to black with the music, and the same thing with Two Towers. I think they were also, also went to a wide shot where you see Mordor in the distance, and it, slowly faded to black, and had the music. This one right here, you had that the bird, you had Thor and Oakenshield. Let me get to Thor and Oakenshield real quick. He's still pretty badass. I like him. I like Thor and Oakenshield. I mean, he's very serious. He just like, let's get there. Let's get to Erebor. I'm gonna get there. But sometimes he's got to listen to the other people. But he's still pretty badass. But anyhow, you see him looking at the Lonely Mountain, and then you see the shot. The thrush is going back to the mountain, and then hitting you see Smaug at the end of the first one, and you see the gold move. You see him blow from his nose, and you see him open his eye up, and then okay, this one, oh man. So what happens is, it's not just Bilbo that has to deal with Smaug, it's the other dwarves, Thorin, who are the other Thors? Thorin, Balin, I forget a lot I'm like Gandalf, I can remember all their names. Let's see, who else is it? Hold on, let me pull it up. So let's see. Well, okay. But anyhow, all the dwarves, they then try to drown Smaug in a bunch of melted gold. And Smaug is mad. He busts through the gates of Erebor and starts to go to Lake Town, where they were. There's Lake Town, which is, there was the city of Dale that Smaug burned up, and then right near there is Lake Town. A couple other dwarves were there. Toriel was there. Legolas was chasing an orc who was going back to Dulthor to tell him where Thor and Oakenshield was. So you see Smaug, he's flying. You see him. You see Lake Town. You see Bilbo come out and he goes, "What have we done?" And they look horrified. Then, boom, cut to black. You're like, what? And then the music plays. You're like, what? I didn't want it to end like that. I was like, no, I want to see what's going to happen. Oh, I'm going to wait till next year. See, the difference we're doing, before they go, Clay, Catching Fire. No, Catching Fire ended like that because that's how it ended in the book. So I knew it was going to do that. This, I had no idea it was going to end like that. None whatsoever. So, anyhow, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Middle-earth, and things like that, definitely do go see this film. It's better. It's better. I'm just hoping There and Back Again, which is the next film. I think it's called There and Back Again. Let's see. There and Back Again, which does come out next year. December 12th. So, I'm trying to remember who... Okay, they're all in it. I'm trying to think who else is going to be back in it. Okay, Lord Elrond will return in it. Lady Galadriel will be back in it. Of course, Gandalf will. Yeah, most of the cast will be back. Billy Connolly will be back as Dane II Ironfoot. So, he'll be in it now. Oh, I didn't realize Benedict Cumberbatch was also the Necromancer. I didn't know it was just Smaug. He was a Necromancer too. I had no idea. No idea. So, yeah, okay. Anyhow, so I was looking at some of the... looking at some of the other... Okay, I was just looking at some... Okay, anyhow, have you seen The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. What did you think of it? Tell me what you thought of it. I liked it. I liked it. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like these as much as I loved the Rings trilogy. I mean, I think the problem is people have such high expectations. They expect it to be the Rings trilogy. But I went into watching these knowing it's not the Rings trilogy. I knew it was not. It's a different story. It's a different adventure. It takes place before. I mean, it's a different story and adventure. So that's why I'm fine with it. But what did you think of the Desolation of Smaug? Tell me your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe to my page as well. And I will see you guys next time. Okay.